Hi, and welcome to today's Pick a Card reading. So our Pick a Card reading topic is, what would they tell you if they could? So this is a love reading, and we're going to look into the psyche of your person and see if they were being completely honest with you, what would they say? And what would they say? And this could be about what they're thinking, what's on their heart. It could be anything. It's just the thing that they would say to you if they could, if they felt empowered to, and all of that kind of stuff. Okay. So let's go ahead and name our piles. Pile number 1 is a red butterfly. Pile number 2 is a white butterfly. Pile number 3 is a pink butterfly. Pile number 4 is the blue butterfly. Pile number 5 is the purple butterfly, and pile number 6 is the green butterfly. So while you're choosing your pile, just wanted to go ahead and remind everybody that even though I go into a great bit of detail in these readings, they are public readings. If you would like a very detailed reading about your specific situation, I do offer personal readings at many price points, and you can find out about that in the description. If you need to contact me, you can also do that. My email's in the description, and that's also where you'll find the timestamps, okay? Alrighty, that said, let's go ahead and get started. If you haven't picked a pile yet, please pause the video. And if you have, we're going to go ahead and start with pile number 1. All right. Okay. So, of course, I'm moving the piles out of the way, as always. And we're going to focus on pile number 1. Hi, those of you who picked the red butterfly. Okay. Looks like your person's been dreaming about you, or at least they've been visualizing about you or dreaming about you. Oh my goodness, we have some cups energy here. Okay, so we've got the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Two of Wands. Okay, then we've got equilibrium. Okay. Okay. All right, they want to tell you that they do have feelings for you, but when they try to tell you about that, it's like they get hung up on being as factual as possible, and they start tripping over their words, and they start wanting to like say it exactly, and it's kind of difficult for them to put it into words, but they do have those feelings for you, and they do want to make that happen. They also have some aspect of their life isn't in order yet, and they want to make sure that that's in order, and so that's kind of dividing their time right now. It's not that they care about that more than you, or that you're not a priority to them. It's just that they know that if they miss the opportunity, it feels like it would be something like a career, or maybe school, or something that has to do with the world, like, worldly. We've got somebody holding a world, right? It seems like it's something having to do with solidifying themselves in the community, that kind of thing. They feel that if they don't take this chance now, that they're not going to be able to later on. Whereas they know that what's going on between the two of you, they're more secure in it than you are. However, they do... they do take it seriously, they really do, but they, of course, I'm doing what would they tell you if they could, and it's all like, oh, so I have to be blunt, so I have to be the bearer of this, it's like, they're kind of like, lighten up just a little bit, they want to make you happy, they want to see you happy, and they want to see you happy and feel like it's them that made you happy, and they want that so badly that when they see you serious and wanting to, let's work through things and all of that, they hear work and what they're doing wrong, and they don't hear so much what they're doing right, and they don't see that they can make you happy, and that frustrates them because they have this like beautiful vision of the two of you together. They dream about you, you pull on them, they see you as a mystical experience, not just a relationship, but you as a person. And with the feelings that they have, that it's so hard to put to words, they it would make them feel incredibly powerful if they were able to, for example, command your laughter. It's like they just want you to be happy and they want to be able to share that with you. So you know, I mean, I don't want to be like, hey, lighten up. I don't want to sound mean or anything, but it's like they just want to be able to inspire that inside of you and see that they're the cause of your happiness, or that they can at least affect change on your happiness, that kind of thing. And they also recognize that between the two of you, it's like they wish that you didn't have to work so hard at their relationship, and that if you were to kind of pull back a little bit from that, they would be willing to close that void for you. They really would. It's just it's just that you've been taking care of the relationship for so long that, or you've been taking care of this for so long that it's like they don't, they kind of want to take the lead a little bit, but they have to feel like they have to feel like that void there first. So they have a lot of messages for you guys, and I'm not getting, okay, now some of you, they want this, and some of you, they want that. No, this is a united message for the majority of my viewers who are watching this particular reading. So yeah, it's kind of sweet, actually. I'm getting the feeling that they just have something that they need to wrap up in their life so that they feel secure. And it's kind of like they recognize that they're kind of getting in the way of this happening, but they also feel like this is a duty, or like this is something they have to do first. It's almost like they've seen the time spread out in this kind of line so long that they can't think of jumping over this, and without going through the next step that they've planned first. Yeah, but yeah, they just want to make you happy. That's it. They want to make you happy. That's the bottom line you should take from this. It's just that they really do want to make you happy and see that they're the cause for your happiness. Okay? All right. What a great message. Okay. Hi. Number 2. Those of you who picked the white butterfly. Okay. We have relationships. We have take bite-sized steps. Oh, goodness. We've got the 5 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, and the Star. Okay. And then we have the 6 of Hearts. Okay. So this actually makes a lot of sense. Let me go ahead and put the tarot first, because I assume you guys would really want to know what this is about first. Okay. What they want you to know is that they've been through a lot of pain, okay? I feel like this might not even have to do with a relationship for some of you guys. I think that, for most of you, it's probably a past relationship, but for some of you, it's not. It's something else. Like maybe it's even actually a death or something like that. Or maybe it's something from their psyche, okay, that's really bothering them. But they've had to confront some really negative, like a lot of negativity emotionally. It feels like psychological trauma even. It feels like they wouldn't be hung up on this if they could help it. It's like it's almost like there's something about it that feels like it's anxiety, or that it's coming, they're really trying to push it down, and but they know they have to deal with it. It's just so confusing. It's just this pain that they're trying to manage, and they're trying to make sure that they have that on track and all of that. And it's like, gosh, they really are having to manage this, is what I keep getting. And it interferes with their ability to function sometimes, but they know that they're going to get there, okay? And part of the reason why they know that is because you have given them hope that things can be better. And they want you to know that you have provided so much direction for them that it's like you don't even know how much. It's like they know what their next step is because of you, but they're still not ready to take that step. We do have a lot of, we have relationships, we have a lot of we're at a level with this person where they trust you, and they would like to be like they think about you sexually. They would like to be intimate with you and that kind of stuff if you guys aren't already. Or it might be a situation where it seems like that's all they want is that kind of sexual intimacy, and you're not seeing them wanting to give their heart yet, right? That's not all that this is about. That's just all they can give you right now because they still have to move through this pain that they've gone through, okay? And what they would say to you if they could is to just take it slow with them, that they will get there if you take it slow and if you're patient. They need you to be patient. And I mean, well, let me get to this. And it's like they're not trying to live in this past. They're really not. They were trying to move forward. It's just really scary for them to it's really scary for them to see this situation for what it is, and they are seeing it. They are seeing it, but it's something that they've got to grow more and more comfortable with, given their past, okay? And the past is something really, really unfortunate happened to them. And it's almost like they didn't think that they could be happy. And then they see you, and they're like, oh, maybe I was wrong. I don't know, and it's like they're so out of practice of being open emotionally and of having that connection, that it's like the only way that they can really respond to you is physically. It's not that they don't have that mental and emotional level there. It's just that they have to like build up to that point. I do feel like they trust you though, so that's like a foundation there that you guys can build upon. And they recognize that the way that you feel about them is kind of like unconditional. Like they really feel like they could be themselves around you, and you would like think that was fantastic, that kind of stuff. So that's great. It's just that they really need for you to go slow with them. Okay? And with the past, the past is still bothering them. It's still coming up. They don't want it to. They really don't, but it's still bothering them, and they just need for you to be patient with them and know that that's where they're coming from, okay? So yeah, just kind of keep that in mind with them. I actually feel like some of you guys might end up giving up on this situation, which is totally okay. I mean, of course, you can do what you want, and I'm not telling you what to do in this, but for those of you who do, make sure that you let them know. I mean, if you care, I mean, if you care to, I think it's important for you to let them know that it was just about the timing and it wasn't about them themselves, unless it is about them themselves, then, say whatever you want. But it's just, it feels so genuine and so like, so much of a risk for them to open up, even in the way they have so far, that, they are trying. I guess that's the prevailing message, is they are trying. You've given them hope, and they really are hoping that you will stick around for them to get to that point where they can commit and where they can share themselves with you fully. All right? Okay. Hi, those of you who picked pile number 3, the pink butterfly, this is what they would say to you if they could. We have intelligence. Okay. We have stop. We have the 10 of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the 2 of Swords, and look at this. I love this card. This is the Art of Love Tarot, the beginning, initiation. This is the, it's a reimagined tarot. This would be the equivalent of the Fool. I just love that card. Okay, so let me go ahead and start with this. Well, actually, they're placed well. I like that. Okay, so the first thing that they want to tell you, and this is not true, right? But the first thing they want to tell you is that they know that they can't ever measure up to whatever your expectations are of them, or whatever you want, or they can't match you in your intelligence, in your maybe your situation. Like maybe, for example, I'm not saying this is true, but for example, maybe you were born into a different class than they were, and and maybe, for example, maybe you come from a really rich family and this person doesn't, or maybe you've got a college education and this person doesn't. You know, it's stuff like that. Okay, first they you know, the prevailing feeling is, I'm never going to match up to that. But this is just what they tell. Please understand, this is what they tell you. I'm not telling you this is what's true. Okay, because I do think that for some of you, you've got somebody who's like, what? This person is so smart. How could that be? But there's something about you that intimidates them. There's something about you that they feel is too good for them, and that's the bottom line here. Okay, it's about that attitude rather than necessarily whatever way they might word it. Okay, they feel like you have better prospects too. So it's like they're kind of like, I can't believe my luck here, right? And you know, they are going to come forward. They just have to see a sign from you. This is going to represent you in the tarot here. That you're not so guarded, that you're not so, like, they want you to open up yourself. They want, it's like, stop. Let's start something new. Let's have this beautiful beginning with one another. So it's interesting because oftentimes when I look at these kinds of readings, I see a lot of the person who the viewer is inquiring about, or the client is inquiring about, the person's the one that's kind of maybe not so open, right? But in this situation, I feel like they're at least feeling from you that you've gone a little rigid with them. Like you've kind of, and maybe it's a reflection of anxiety, maybe it's a reflection of wanting to be cautious and all of that kind of stuff, because this is me. Okay, this is me in every single situation where I have feelings for somebody who's coming forward with their feelings. I'm like, whoa. You know, I need to guard myself. I can't see straight. I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh, you know, that kind of thing. So I get this very well. But the bottom line is that they already feel intimidated by you. So when they feel like you've gone kind of cool on them, it's like they don't know, they want so badly to get some kind of warmth from you, some kind of signal from you that you are open to them, but they feel like you're closed off. So the overarching message is, do you even want me? And if so, could you give me some signs here, and could you make them really clear? Because they don't know what you want. They just know that they want to give you whatever it is, which I think is really pretty. Seriously, I really think that this situation, I feel like this card is not only what they want, but I think this is kind of what you want too, this beginning with them. And I would say this is a positive situation. This is a really positive situation for you guys. So yeah, consider being a little bit more flexible with the way that you express yourself, okay? Because you guys are almost there. It's just about kind of syncing up and allowing yourself to be vulnerable enough for this person to be vulnerable with you, all right? Okay. Right, those of you who picked the blue butterfly, here is your reading. What would they tell you if they could? Okay, so the visualization. Okay, so they've been thinking about you a lot. You've been on their mind. They've been feeling like they're running into a lot of walls with you, though, sometimes. Oh, no, okay. Now, that's for some of you. So, for others, they only have a limited amount of time or resources, or they only have a limited amount of, it's like they can't be with you all the time, and they wish that they could. So there's that too. Okay, so it's either going to be either you're the one that has a lot of limitations on your schedule, or they have limitations on their schedule. Let's look at the rest of this. Okay, we've got the Two of Cups. Yeah, they care about you. They want this to happen faster than it could, and they see it as a situation that's more abundant than it even should be in their minds. Okay, so this limitation is a time limitation, is the way that I'm reading that. They wish that this could happen quicker, more quickly. And they are trying to manifest this. They want this to happen. They dream about you and they think about you a lot. I mean, if they don't dream about you, they think about you a whole lot, or if they don't remember their dreams, right? Or if they're not thinking about you a lot or dreaming about you, then they're fantasizing about you a lot. It's like you're on their mind a lot. You're in their conscious. They're aware of you. But there's something that's limiting this situation from going faster, and they want to have this Two of Cups union with you. Okay, this is a big card to get in a romantic reading. It for me personally, I actually feel like this can be better than the Lovers. For a lot of situations, and the reason is that the Lovers for me feels more it feels more young. No, I mean, there's nothing wrong with young love. I mean, I'm not trying to say that one's better or not, but with this one, it feels more mature. It feels more solid for me when I read. So that's what I mean here. And they feel like they've got everything they want and more with you. Okay. What they'd want to let you know is that they promise that they're going to be coming forward for you, and that they really do want to be in this situation, and they really do care about you. It's just about getting from having this in their mind to translating this to the material world. And I see this hang up a lot when people have problems with getting things started in a relationship. It's usually because their vision is so beautiful that it's like they're almost afraid of it in real life. They're almost afraid that if they even tried to translate this into real life, it would just go so horribly. It's almost like they'll let's pretend like they've been dreaming about it all night. They wake up like, oh man, it's all this stuff. It's so great. It's wonderful. And then they as soon as their feet hit the floor, it's like, wait a minute. It couldn't be like that in real life. What am I thinking? I'm just deluding myself, that kind of thing. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys feel that way too sometimes. Because it feels like, especially with this mirroring with the Two of Cups that I also see, is it does feel kind of like both of you are in the same boat there. So what they want to tell you is just that they want this with you, and they've been thinking about you a lot, and they promise that's where they're going. That's their intentions, at least. And I mean, it looks fine. I would actually, it's like I almost don't want to say too much because it looks like it's going perfectly. Yeah, I feel like if they could, they'd tell you this two of Cups. They would say, I want to spend my life with you. I want to open up everything to you and that kind of thing. So yeah, you guys are good. You guys are better than good. All right. Hi, those of you who picked the purple butterfly. Here is your reading. Oh goodness, we have desires. Okay, goals, passion, craving, and fulfillment. Okay. Just want to point out the number on this card is 12, and since this is going up the 12th of the month, just want to kind of mention that. It struck me. We've got Rebel. I'll explain that in a minute. We have the Ace of Angels. Okay. And we have the Seven of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the Sun. This is interesting. First off, I mean, I don't know, I don't know how else to say this, and I don't want to, cuss. They want to call you on your BS, basically. That's, the thing that's, the biggest here. I think for you guys, okay, it's either going to be that they want to call you on the BS or that they're incredibly sexually attracted to you. I don't know which one's going to shock you the most. But yeah, they want to call you on your BS. They see through you, they know. They play along with you sometimes and everything, but they know how you really are. And it's almost like, and also they play along too. They pretend, they put on airs. They act like, oh yeah, I'm so cool, and that kind of stuff. And they know that you see through that. It's just, they want you to think that they're awesome. They want you to think that they're so cool. And but they know the truth. They know that you guys are just playing around, the the thing about this though is that you guys aren't, even though you are, you aren't, because like the game is, this is how I am. But obviously it's not exactly how you guys are. Like when you're describing yourselves to each other, and when you're like, oh yeah, I could do this, or whatever. It's almost like you're talking yourself up, or they're talking themselves up, or both. It's like that's the way you are in spirit. That's your spirit. But your body, in your human form, you can't be that great, right? But it's really sweet. But it's like they want to call you on your BS and be like, I see you, I really see you, that kind of thing. This is very playful energy here. This is what scares them though. They want you so bad. They want you so bad that they can't think. Like, if you wonder, well, hasn't this person told me their feelings? Why haven't they told me like what they're thinking and what they're feeling? It's because when they're talking to you, when they're around you, they can't stop thinking about you sexually. They want you, and I know that they don't just see you as somebody that they could be sexually intimate with. It's just that all of this time that you guys have spent building up a relationship and interacting with one another and all of that kind of stuff, it's like that has given birth to this like almost divine sexuality that they feel, so just know that they just really, really want you. And it's like, it's almost like this just needs to happen so they can think again. That's the way I'm getting. I'm sorry for giggling. It's just weird when I get. It's weird for me. It's not weird, but it's weird for me when I get readings that involve this amount of desire, and it makes me feel a little bit weird. But yeah, that's what they're guarded about. Okay, they don't want you to think that, because the worst thing that they could be in your eyes would be somebody who just wants them, for sexual desires, right? They don't want you to think of them that way, and that they're not that way. It's just they don't want you to think that they're a bad person, not that they think that their desire is bad. It's just that they want it so bad. They want you so bad. And I do have to mention, this isn't just sexual desire. It's mingled in with a lot of sexuality, okay? So this is a lot about just desire in general, so I want to make sure that's clear. But yeah, they're feeling a little defensive about that, so you'll find them that they're kind of moving slow and all of that, but every so often it slips through, and that you are the world to them, because it just slips through. And I feel like what's happening between the two of you is that your person is becoming more and more bold. They're getting more and more bold about how they express themselves, that they will, like, what would they tell you if they could would be, exactly how they're feeling. Like, that's what they would tell you if they could. It's just, I want you, and I love you, and I think that you're so smart, and I think that you're so cool, and all of that kind of stuff. It's like they really, it's like they're like enamored by you. They've never met a person like you at all. So this Ace of Angels, okay, this is, they love the way that you think. They would love to have conversations about you, on your thoughts, like about anything. They want to know what you think about everything they experience. Like, as they go through their day, they'll see something, and it's like they want to ask you about that. Like, hey, I saw this thing when I was at the store. I saw this thing when I was at the gas station, or whatever, wherever they were, and I wanted to tell you about it. And it's just, or I overheard a conversation, and, what do you think about that? This, like, they want your opinion on everything, because they just love the way that you think. So what would they tell you if they could? Gosh, they'd say, I want you. They'd say, I'm a little bit scared because this has been kind of lighthearted, but I do feel this intense, like, passion for you, and I want to make that real. I don't know how to make that real, but I do. And you are now my happiness. You are what, you are what I live for. That's what they would say. They want to feel you in their lives, It's really, I mean, it really is, you know, it feels so much on the surface, so much depth behind that. It's really interesting. So, yeah, you've got somebody who's got lots of layers that you're asking about. Lots of layers. Yeah. All right, pile number 6. Those of you who picked the green butterfly, here's what they would say. Interesting. We've got insight. Open your heart. We've got the 5 of Swords, the 6 of Cups, the 3 of Cups, the Page of Trees. Okay, for some of you, you guys might be in a third-party situation. Just saying that up front because I don't feel like it's for all of you at all. I just feel like it's some of you, and I want to just acknowledge that, okay? I think that for most of you, what they would say is just straight up, you know what, I figured it out, and I want to try I want to try something with you, and I'm not going to let my past bother me. I'm not going to let that I'm afraid of failing bother me. And I just wonder if you are open to that. Are you open to that? And they've just been really fantasizing about this happening. You know, they want this to happen, and they're trying to make this happen, okay? So like, what are the details here, okay? What else would they say? Some of them would say that they feel like they've made a mistake and that they weren't working with all the knowledge. They thought they were, but they weren't working with all the knowledge, and they okay, this would be those of you who are in a third party, like they have another person, like they feel like they committed too quickly. And now that they know you, they're like, oh my goodness, I had no idea it could be like that, you know? I think that for others, they wonder if you see them clearly. They'd say, do you see who I actually am, you know? Because it's important for them to be seen. I've been getting this a lot with my public readings. A lot of groups will have somebody in that just really wants to be seen. It's weird because when I get that feeling, it's like almost like it's haunting me. It's almost like it's following me around. Like, you know, I want to be seen. I want to be seen. I just want to say, if your person's deceased, who you're thinking about, what they would tell you if they could is that they're still around, okay? Now, I do not do channeled readings for the private, you know, I don't do that because I don't feel like it's, I don't feel like I am skilled at that, and I don't feel like I am accurate enough at that to charge any money for it, but this is a very strong feeling. I'm not saying that those of you who don't have someone who passed aren't, you know, this isn't a message that's true for you. I'm just saying it feels too much like it's an actual message that needs to be communicated, that can only be communicated through me somehow. Like, when I say that, I mean like a message that can't be communicated any other way. So back to, let me kind of catch my thoughts again here. Okay. So we've got purple, you know, this is connected to the third eye chakra. They have a vision for the future for you, okay? And they want you to know that they haven't really known how they were going to make it happen. And maybe they don't even know now, but they're trying to figure it out. They want to get that information so that they know how to make this happen, okay? So one thing that they want to tell you is that they're trying to work on figuring out how to make this happen. They want to tell you that you make them happy. They're very happy to be around you. When they met you, they didn't realize that things could be this great. They really thought, like, they wouldn't have thought that they were settling in what they were doing before, or what their experiences were before. But now they realize they were. It's the kind of thing, like, I don't know what I do. What did I do before I met you? I have no idea. Like, how did I exist? What did I fill my time with? That kind of thing, you know? Your person might be a little bit egoic, okay? And by that I just mean that they might kind of get in their own way sometimes. They might be a little stubborn, headstrong, that kind of thing. But they don't do that because they're a bad person or because they're, I don't know, dumb or anything like that. I mean, they do it because they don't know anything better, and they're also, they feel very nervous to protect this situation, as odd as that might seem. And what they want is for you to open up more, which is kind of funny because I feel like my general audience right now is like going, whatever, I've opened up so much, what more can I do? But I really feel like they just need to be told this over and over. They need to be hit over the head with it, like, I care about you, gosh. You know, it reminds me of some people in my life, you know, maybe not with the I care about you, but with some other things. I just gotta be like, look, you've gotta know, stop leaving your socks around, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, it's like they like feed off of that, and they feel really good when they hear that, and they know that they can help make you happy too, you know. So just know that when you're saying this, you know, when you're saying, you know, I really care about you, how are you feeling, you know, you don't have to say, do you care about me? You can just be like, so how are you feeling, well, you know, what do you think? You know, that kind of thing can help get, you know, kind of get them out of their own heads to realize, oh, I can say something back, can't I? Because really, I do feel like some of your person, like some of you guys, your person just doesn't even realize that they need to say that back. But yeah, we've got this, you know, meditation here going on with the insight, and we've got the dreamer. You know, this person's very much in their head. They're fantasizing about you. They're thinking about you. They want to be with you. They're living the majority of this relationship in their head, and it's like, you know, and in the head, they're their own hero. They you know, slay all the beasts, and they're perfect, and they're awesome. But then when they get into reality, it's kind of more difficult. So I think that that's another reason why your person can be a little bit awkward and kind of seem a little hot and cold sometimes. It's because in their mind, they can take care of anything. But then as soon as they feel even a little bit slighted, then in reality, then they feel like they've totally failed. You know, they failed this character that can take care of anything, you know. I want to apologize to you guys, group 6, because I kind of feel like I'm rambling, but I'm assuming that I'm doing this reading and kind of rambling for a reason. And it's because, you know, you guys know which parts are meant for you. So do know that I'm even aware as I'm talking that some of the stuff that I've said in this reading isn't going to be 100%. I think for any of you, but I do think that some of what I've said is going to be a hit for most of you. Okay, most of you that are watching, you'll be like, okay, yeah, that part is definitely about my person, you know, that kind of thing. So what would they tell you? They'd tell you that they want to be there for you. They'd tell you to open up, and they tell you that they've been thinking about you a lot. All right. Okay. So, thank you guys for staying till the end of my video. I really appreciate it, just like I appreciate all of you. I'm so excited about my channel growing and all of the feedback and support that I'm getting. Just keep it coming. I love it, and I try to read all the comments still, and I get excited when I see my subscribers going up and all of that great stuff. It really lets me know that I'm doing a good job. So thank you. I will see you tomorrow at our next pick a card reading.